Dude, Ion dies? I did not remember that Ion dies. That's so sad.
Arietta, if you move around, your wounds will reopen.
You killed him! Anise, you killed Ion!
Please, wait. It's only because Mose has taken us hostage.
Papa, be quiet. Yeah, I did. Want to make something of it, Gloomietta? Ion helped me so much. This is beyond avenging Mommy, Anise. I'll avenge Ion, too. Anise, I challenge you to a duel. Accepted.
Anise!
I have to finally settle things with her. I'll send someone to tell you the time and place later, and I'll never forgive you if you run away.
Anise, a duel? This is foolishness. Can't you talk about this? I'm sure Arietta would understand.
Mama, be quiet.
But Anise!
Shut up!
Wait! Anise!
Let's split up and look for her.
Yeah.
12-year-olds, am I right? Do we, like, have to look for Anise, though? You'll have to excuse me. I'll leave searching for Anise to the rest of you. Sometimes people want to be alone. I'd like to leave her to herself, personally. And besides, there's something I'm more worried about than Anise. Yulia may in fact have truly read a score of destruction. If that's so, then what Van is doing may actually make a certain amount of sense. Yeah, the score's pretty messed up, bro. Pretty messed up. I saw someone ask if I've ever done Dragon Ball games at all. Yeah, I've done a few Dragon Ball games on the channel. If you just look them up on the channel, you'll find a couple. I did DBZ Kakarot, I did Fighter Z, which if you call it Fighters, then I don't care what the creators say. It's Fighter Z. Calling it Fighters is unhinged. I did Legacy of Goku 2 and Boo's Fury. Fantastic GBA games. I think I did, like, the Xenoverse games a really long time ago. Anise. Where'd she go? I think I know how she feels. She's being crushed by the weight of what she's done. She's blaming herself for everything. If we leave her alone, it'll destroy her. We've got to find her. Well, you know, maybe if that dumb idiot had, you know, mentioned. If Anise is to blame, then so am I. Ion may have agreed to read the planet score as Mose ordered him to, in order to clear the miasma from my body. Tyr is safe now, by the way. I did not remember how they resolved Tyr having the miasma in her blood and all, but it looks like they resolve it by Ion giving up his life for her, which is pretty insane. I'm gonna assume that she went up to Ion's room. It's my first guess. Ion was a guy. Yes, Ion is a man. Not in here, huh? When Sync passed away, Ion cried. All right, that's Sync with an H. That's not how you spell his name, Natalia. I think Ion really didn't want to die, and Anise probably knows that. I feel so sorry for her. She had to choose between her parents and Ion. Whoop. Well, maybe she should have told us what was going on with Mose and her parents, and we could have helped. You would think after seeing how Luke made the mistake of not telling everyone about what was going on with Van, caused Axariuth, that Anise would have been a little bit smarter and would have been like, hey guys, Mose is like trying to manipulate me. But no, she was just an idiot about it. I have no idea where Anise is. Not a clue. Does this lead to the hidden area? Oh, hello. This must be like Moses' office or something. Warp me. Whee! Where do these go? Oh. Well. That just, set me back. Haven't found Guy, either. Open up. Back in the... This is the way to the hidden path room, isn't it? I think. The hidden passageway. Where is this loser? Don't you have to run down like 3 hallways here? Do you think she went back to Mount Zalejo through the passageway over here to where Ion died? I guess that could be a possibility. Still no idea where Guy is. He's hanging out somewhere, I'm sure. Probably thinking about his reborn dead sister. That isn't actually his sister. Anise. Are you in here, Anise? Doesn't seem like it. It won't let me use this. Right, they broke this last time we were here. That's right, that's right. Is she just, like, at the entrance? Do I just need to go to the entrance, maybe? I think that guy over here will warp me straight to the entrance. There are only so many screens in Doth, so, like, we're gonna find her eventually. It might take a minute, but... We're gonna find her. Maybe she's in the library, even? Do you look unique? Have you seen Anise? There's Guy. Continued exposure to the miasma is said to cause miasma toxosis. Yeah, whatever. You better cheer Anise up once we find her. I can't do it. I gotten a lot better, but because of my little phobia, Anise will wind up worrying about me instead of herself. Alright, I'm gonna assume she's in the library. If she's not in the library, then she's gotta be up in the Grand Cathedral. Where's this stupid kid? Alright, she must be in the Grand Cathedral. Most of the books in this library are fairly new ones. Alright, well. I feel like libraries in the capital of the holy religion or whatever should be better stocked than just having new editions, but what do I know? There she is.
So, you were out here. Look, everyone's worried about you. Oliver and Pam.
Don't talk to me about them.
Whoops. I accidentally pressed X too soon, my bad.
Come on, Anise, you couldn't have done anything differently.
Wrong. She definitely could have.
He was holding your parents hostage.
Something that you should have mentioned to Jade, and Jade could have potentially worked out.
No! I was lying to Ion from the very start. Mose ordered me to report everything Ion did. Trying to stop the war, spending time with you guys, I reported it all.
Anise, that's all.
Listen! The attack on the Tartarus, the ambushes by the 6 god generals, it's all my fault!
Wasn't that all because you were worried for your parents?
Papa's pretty gullible, right? When I was really little, he got scammed for a ton of money and got deep into debt. Mose bailed him out. Since then, my parents have worked for the cathedral without pay. I couldn't disobey his orders.
I know.
I hated it all along. Ion was so trusting. It really hurt to have to lie.
Yeah.
But I loved Mama and Papa.
Anise, you did the right thing.
Okay, so, like, listen, I don't agree that she did the right thing. I don't think that she did the right thing. Because not only did Ion ultimately end up dying, at least in part to Anise reporting everything to Mose, but there's no telling how many other people died due to Mose and the God Generals having all of the intel that Anise was giving them. So, like, you know, probably a greater loss of life for doing it than saving her two parents. But I understand it's her parents and all. Where she really went wrong is that once she didn't have to tell Jade immediately, but when she got closer to the party, especially after Axariuth. After Axariuth happened and all that, and then the team got back together and all, and Anise saw Luke redeeming himself, 1000% she should have been telling Jade, like, hey, Jade, listen, you need to know, Mose, like, I've been reporting stuff to Mose, he's got my parents trapped, and, like, I don't know, like, what to do and all, and then something could have been done. So I disagree that she did the right thing. I don't think that she's, like, 100% to blame because it was Mose who was manipulating her and threatening her parents. You know, she's under duress and all that. However, after Axariuth, I think it starts to become Anise's fault. At least a little bit. The thing is like, Axariuth going down the way it did is also Luke's fault, because Luke just blindly trusted Van. But Luke had way more reason to blindly trust Van than Anise did to not tell the others about what Mose was doing. I think that Anise is more in the wrong than Luke ever was, and Luke took responsibility and was like, what I did was wrong. What Anise did was not right. She should have done something differently.
It wasn't right. It wasn't right at all. I killed Ion!
Okay, well, you did not kill Ion, but you did, like, lead to it.
Poor Ion. It's all my fault. And now he's dead.
At least, like, 30% your fault. Minimum.
Anise, here, take this. I picked it up in Mount Zalejo. It's a fragment of the phone stone from the score Ion read.
Ion's phone stone.
What are you going to do now? Do you want to stay in Doth?
No, I'm going with you.
Okay, but we should, like, do something about your parents so that Mose doesn't, like, you know, use them against you again.
I think that Ion would have wanted to help you if he had lived.
Thanks. Let's head back and see everyone then.
Poor Ion, man. Poor Ion. Yeah, Anise is definitely my least favorite of the Abyss cast, I would say.
It appears you've calmed down a bit.
Yes, Colonel. I'd like to stay with you all and think about what I should do from here on.
Stay strong, Anise. What should we do next? It would be hard to pursue the score further until the Order has been restructured. And we don't have the first clue about where to search for Ash.
I'd like to put Ion's final reading of the score to use.
You mean that bit about finding out how to clear away the miasma in Belkand?
You're right. Ion sacrificed everything to give us that clue.
I agree. That's all we have to go on at the moment.
That said, we will have to deal with this issue eventually. We stopped Van's vision of a world where the score can't be read. But it's not as if we fully support the score either.
Once things have settled down, we should hold a summit about what to do with the score.
Well, wait a minute. I don't like the way Natalia phrased that. We did not stop Van for the sake of stopping people from reading the score. That's not why we stopped Van. We stopped Van because he was going to commit genocide and replace all people with replicas. That's why we stopped Van. We didn't stop Van because we were like, yo, you can't stop the score from being read. We stopped Van because the way he was going to stop the score from being read was by killing everyone.
Yes, you're right.
Wait, I was so busy talking about what I just said, I did not... Are we going to Belkand? I didn't internalize where they said we're going next. Ion, it's all my fault. I'm sorry. You'd only lived a few years. I should have died instead. I'd take that trade. All right, good skit. Ion's death. Ion, why'd he go and read the planet score? Because Anise's parents were being held hostage? Or... He's quite intelligent. He knew we would try to rescue him, so he may have chosen his own death in order to remove the miasma from Tyr's body. If Tyr knew that... I think she knows. She's looking depressed ever since we got back, just like Anise. Ion, why'd you go and throw your life away, you idiot? Luke, you're blaming the wrong person. It was Mose who forced Ion to make that choice. Yeah. Mose, you're gonna pay for this. Man, Mose is probably the most despicable character in the game. Like, killing him is gonna be so cathartic. Ion's legacy. So we rejected the score, but now we have to rely on the score Ion read to us? Ion said to treat the score as one possibility out of many. We aren't being forced to obey it. He wants it to be used for the future of the world. Not as an unbreakable rule, but as a guide in making decisions. Ion's score is always accurate. Luke, are you saying you don't trust it? Or you don't want to trust it? No, I'm not. I know it's accurate. That's why I'm following it. But, if this does succeed, you may be tempted to follow the score again in the future, right? How long can we go on saying just this once before it becomes a habit? So you're gonna ignore Ion's score? Please, you can't do that. I won't. I'm just frustrated with this gap between ideals and reality. Well, wait, we're not following Ion's score to the letter, right? Aren't we skipping a bunch of steps? Or maybe they didn't hear that part of the score when Ion read it and only the player hears that part, now that I think about it. But, when Ion was reading the score, he said that, like, Emperor Peony would be killed and Malkuth would fall into despair and they would be the ones hit with the miasma and it would, like, kill a bunch of them. And then Luke would bring the miasma to Kimloska, but cure it in Kimloska? We're jumping straight to the cure it in Kimloska part. Also, the miasma is not solely in Malkuth right now. It's in Doth. So, I mean, we're already straying from the score. We're kind of like picking and choosing the parts we want right now, it seems like. Arietta was truly fond of Ion, wasn't she? As was Anise, but the two of them were thinking of different Ions. Ion was a replica, after all. The Ion that Arietta liked is long gone. How sad that those misunderstandings have led to a duel. The same thing could easily have happened with Luke and Ash. Natalia and Tyr, huh? Yeah, it could have. Natalia and Tyr, what? I know it's my doing, but Fabre truly is an unethical technology. Natalia and Tyr, what? One thing I do really like, by the way, is Ion's decision there, like his resolve. He thought that reading the planet score would help Luke, and he also knew that either he or Tyr had to die. And so it seems like, to me at least, what Ion did in the end, Belkin is down this way. I was going to Batical for some reason. What Ion did in the end is he was like, one of us two has to die. Either Tyr dies or Ion dies. And Ion decided that because he could read the score and that would help Luke, and Tyr dying definitely wouldn't help, he was like, all right, well, if that's the case, then it's better for me to die because at least we get something out of Ion dying to, like, help us, whereas Tyr dying would do nothing good for us. And I really like that from Ion as a character, that he would make that decision.